Alright, this is another video in this series where I just do a first reading on a poem that I have never seen before. So maybe I have a good experience of it. I experienced the joy of reading poetry. I don't know that there's anything profound coming out of this, or that anybody else would be interested in this except for me, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's fun just to read them. This one is from Can We Have Our Ball Back? I used to love this online journal. It was an early online journal. They just brought it back. There's an ancient and new link on here, which I think is fun. It came about the same period as, like, just after the journal that I ran, Moria, that I ran for many, many years, 18 years. And this is one of the early ones. I just thought was really cool to see how poetry was expanding on the web. So anyway, I popped in here. And here's a poem by somebody I've never heard of from this May. And I'm going to totally butcher this name. But Melissa Eleftherion? Eleftherion? I'm sorry, Melissa, that I just messed up your name. But I'm going to read it. And the only reason I picked this one is because the link on Can We Have Our Ball Back said every green breeze. And I'm like, I love nature, oriented pieces. I'm like, maybe I'll go there. Maybe it's nature, maybe not. So every green breeze. I just look at the title, and it's lowercase here. I don't know if that's on purpose. Sometimes with the publications, it's hard to tell whether that's a publication thing or not, but I'm going to assume it's not. Every green breeze. The picture kind of comes in this way. You get in the way sometimes. Every green breeze. Every green thing breathes, or anything green breathes. It may be nature, because the green thing, but maybe not. Maybe just green breathe. Saw a photograph of green. I love at the beginning of this one, you don't have somebody, there's not a presence. It's all like, I'm just looking through really quickly, we don't have any personal pronouns, names, or anything. Saw a photograph of green. I'm assuming it's the narrator, but I don't know. Saw a photograph of green. There's no punctuation. Today it's due, ripe with song. Punctuation at the end, there's a period here, so I'm assuming this is all connected. Saw a photograph of green. Today it's due, ripe with song. So literally this sentence is saying a photograph of green. It's ripe with, it's due. There's dew on the photograph is ripe with song. I'm not sure that's completely what's happening here. Literally what the grammar syntax says of this thing. But it's like the photograph has dew, or the photograph and make help is so evocative that you imagine the dew that goes with the green, and that it's ripe with song. Like the photograph of green is so evocative that it's full of song, or that makes you think of song. I'm not really sure with that one. Going to meander, soon meadow. Again, no personal pronouns. We're not sure what's going to meander, soon meadow. Is it related to the first one, or do we just do parataxis, where we go from one line to the next and there's no necessary connection? Going to meander, soon meadow. I love the MEA is repeated in this line. I'm assuming it's the narrator who's like, I'm going to go meander in a meadow soon, but we'd have to re-put it that way. And is this the reader having to reconstruct things, or is the meadow going to meander? Like, is meadow meandering in mind, recalled by the photograph of green in the beginning, or are we going to meander in this photographic meadow? What gentle spring will wash these horns, these hoofs, a cleaving, a leaf blade? I love this one, the sound of it. I don't even have to figure out what this says, because I just like the sound of it. But generally, I think even when I read a poem that's not a narrative, I approach it the same way, which is just literally what's going on here. I think sometimes people get afraid of poems that are not narrative, and they get all stuck in how to read it. I think just read. What a gentle spring will wash. This is like playing off the dew thing in the beginning, the green, I think. Will wash these horns, these hooves. Like, whose hoofs and whose horns? These hoofs. Is this some meadow scene we're seeing? We're seeing a scene. Is this the photograph? It's got hooves in it, and it's being washed off. And what gentle spring will wash this off? It's evocative of like the beauty of spring and like a gentle spring rain. I'm not sure. Or is it related to the present speaking. The poem, a cleaving, a leaf blade. It's like the cutting, or it's the green again, right? Saw green under glass. This is like back to they saw the photograph. Saw green under glass. Literally, like the photograph, like you're seeing it through something. This is interesting. Like you're seeing nature, if it is nature in the green, through something else and not through itself, not literally directly perceiving it. Listen. You're listening to what is seen. We just had seen in the last one, and listening to it. Listening to what is seen, or listen to the poem. The poem saw a green under glass insect. So we listen to an insect. Are we hearing what would have been an insect present in the green scene? A chewing in of. Chewing in of the poem, the greenness of the scene. So many ways you can go with this one. This is one of the, I think, a type of poem that's really not, everything is not tightened down, and that's okay. I think it makes you as a reader figure out where to go with it. And I just like the sound of this one. I think sometimes I just read and I'm like, that sounded cool. Not sure I got everything. That's okay. If I were teaching this in the classroom, I would switch it around and like try to figure out something more to do with it. Maybe take an eco-poetic, like a direction. Think about like environmental literature, but no, not here. I'm just like reading what's there and going with it. And saw a photograph of green today. It's due ripe with song. Going to meander soon, a meadow. Oh, that's such a nice sound. They're going to meander soon, meadow. What gentle spring will wash these horns, these hoofs, a cleaving, a leaf blade. So nice. Nice sound for that one.